Hi. In this video, I will wrapping up my June reading. I read 9 books in total. A combination of 3 comics, 5 fiction books and 1 non-fiction book. Firstly, I read 3 travelogue comics published by Legend Comic. Legend Comic is another branch for the alternative book publishing company Legend Press. The first comic I finished was Pahan, Here I Come, by Kazumi Parmin. A travelogue with colorful illustrations and witty characters. The author illustrated his 11 days and 10 nights journey to the whole Pahang. This comic had me reminiscing my trips to Pahang before the pandemic. Next comic was Perak, Here I Come, by Sylvia Chin. Another travelogue comic but different styles of illustration. The illustrations were quite simple compared to the previous comic. It seems that the author pasted related maps as a way to fill the pages. The last comic I have read was Sinapura, Aku Datang, by Benny Rachmadi. This is a Malay translation of the original in Indonesian, Tiga Manula Keliling Sinapura, published by Pustaka and Popular Gramedia. Even though the illustrations are much better in comparison to previous comics, this travelogue feels a little bit incomplete due to fewer attraction places. A fun read but not recommended as a travel guide. Next book I have read was a poetry, Tikulit Bumi Karyamu by Amin Hard. This book composed of 102 poems and 20 sketches. The author conveys his experiences through various themes, such as divinity, life, humanity, family and sacrifices. Next read was A Suitable Vengeance by Elizabeth George. This is a prequel novel in the Inspector Lynley series. However, it was the 4th installment in the series. If you want to read the novels in chronological order, read this novel before A Great Deliverance. Interesting murder mystery novel but overwhelmed by the soap opera starring Thomas Lynley, his family and friends. Then, I continued reading A Great Deliverance after I finished the previous book. This is the first installment in the Inspector Lynley series. This is the beginning of partnership between Inspector Lynley and Barbara Havers, a blue-collar sergeant at Scotland Yard. Both of them have been sent to solve a gruesome murder of a man by his own daughter that has stunned the peaceful countryside. Their pace is much better than A Suitable Vengeance, but the author still occasionally gets carried away in delivering her imagery. I annoyed with Detective Havers, but she can't beat Deborah St. James as the worst and most self-obsessed character in the Inspector Lynley series. Moving Heaven and Earth, Copernicus and the Solar System by John Henry was the only non-fiction book that I have read in June. A short but concise book about the history of the heliocentric model of the solar system, its improvements and the impact of the theory throughout different fields in the world. I recommended this book for those interested in astrophysics. Another book in the Inspector Lynley series that I finished was Believing the Lie. This is the 17th installment in the series. An accidental drowning death is questioned by the man's family and leads to the family's ugly secret. In this novel, the author added another worse characters that multiplied the plots. The existence of Deborah and the addition of stupid characters overshadowed the main characters and made my blood boil. Hence, this is my least favorite book in June. The last book I finished was Saval Tak Bolaliwat by Safik Azat. A short novel that you can read in a sitting. Easy read, but it carries a profound meaning. However, the book cover is straight to the point. The boy on the cover is Saval, the main character of this novel. That's all for now. Let's wrap it up. I put these books inside a box since it's vary in size. Before that, I'll lay out a piece of fabric as the base. This fabric is actually a square scarf. Then, I arrange these books inside the books. After that, I loosely drape the remaining part of fabric. Next, I wrap the box with the fabric. In this video, I used my mom's batik sarong. Adjust the fabric so that the length of opposite ends are same. Then, tie both ends twice so it knots. Hide the remaining part of ends inside the knot. Lastly, I decorate it with artificial flowers. Thank you for watching.